Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I am glad you made it. There is some big news out there with another veteran lawsuit regarding, well, things that we were exposed to during our time in service. Now, I wanted to share this with you in the event that you were not aware of it to begin with, and just to kind of point out where we're at in the process. Before we jump into it, though, I do want to throw out a very special thank you to Ann Smith 5861. Ann Smith, thank you so much for the super comment, super chat. I really do appreciate your support so very much. Thank you, Ann Smith. All right, so jumping into it here, this is on Stars and Stripes, and this just came out earlier this month, October 2025, and I'm sharing it with you here today. Now, I'm going to start it off with this. Malaria pills, right? Not everybody, but a lot of us had to take them. I had to take them. I'm sure that there's many others that have as well. And so the headline here is Veterans Lawsuit Against Makers of Anti-Malarial Drug Gets New Life on Appeal. What does this mean, right? What does this mean? Let's go through it here. Let's read about it, see what's going on, and we'll go from there. Hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Every thumbs up really does help, and I really do appreciate your support. All right, so stand in the background if you can hear him. Stands my rooster. So four former service members who say they suffered a range of symptoms after taking an anti-malarial drug while serving in the military can proceed in suing the companies that manufactured and distributed the product, and appellate court decided. Very interesting turn of events here. For a little while, felt like this was going to die out. So let's go ahead and get through it. So Andrea Kasten, Richard Githens, Patrick Wagner, and Kendrick Allen filed the original lawsuit in 2023 on behalf of themselves and all service members who were severely sickened by the side effects. Now, which drug is it? Well, let me tell you. All right, I had to practice saying it about 15 times. I'm still going to screw it up. Melfloquine. Even Stan's happy about it. Melfloquine. That's the name of it. Now, you might ask, how do you spell melfloquine? Well, it doesn't look exactly like it sounds, but let's go ahead and spell that. Melfloquine. Melfloquine. I guess it does kind of look like it sounds. Anyway, so that is the actual drug. Now, the plaintiffs took that pill before and during overseas deployments to Africa and Afghanistan in the late 1990s and early 2000s. I think I don't know what I took. It was just malaria pills. I don't know, honestly. But it was in the 90s, and it was, I think, specifically when we were going to the Philippines. So, interesting. So, late 90s and early 2000s, according to court papers, they served in the Army and the Army National Guard and the Navy. They later exhibited symptoms of pain, sleep disturbances, skin disorders, suicidal thoughts, depression, fatigue, as well as cognitive decline, which have persisted beyond their military careers. The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday partially reversed the 2024 ruling by U.S. District Judge Trina Thompson in California, who had dismissed the complaint with prejudice, meaning it could not be refiled. The lawsuit accuses Roche and Genentech of using the prospect of wartime profits to provide melfloquine to U.S. military despite knowing that it causes significant, this is in quotations by the way, causes significant and irreversible neuropsychiatric harms. It also refers to what it calls melfloquine toxicity, as the modern-day version of Agent Orange in scope and scale. Interesting. In the Tuesday ruling, a 3-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit determined that a legal consideration known as the political question doctrine does not bar the suit against Genentech, a San Francisco-based biotechnology company that distributed melfloquine under the trade name Lariam, I'm guessing, Lariam, to U.S. military bases. So it might be under that name, Lariam or Lariam, I don't know, Lariam. And I don't know where we can find this info. I knew I took them. I don't know if I don't remember seeing it. I'll have to dust off my my service treatment records. If you do not have your service treatment records, order them with now granted it's the shutdown, but still order them nonetheless with the SF 180 SF standard form 180 form. It's pretty easy to fill out. The last page tells you where to mail it based on what branch you served in and what time frames you served. You'll mail off that form, and ideally you'll get back your service treatment records. Maybe that information is in there. And by the way, anytime I see anything like this, it points to the fact that there is an issue that could be a result of something during your military. In this case, malaria pills. So if you have any of those side effects and you can prove that you took those, there's another kind of thing here. This is a lawsuit. You also have VA disability compensation. You could probably get a doctor, especially if this thing passes, to do a very solid Nexus letter for you that you took that drug, X date, you have these conditions, which were side effects of that, and that it is at least likely is not due to that, or even better yet, more than likely. Just want to throw that out there. If you need help with your claim and you cannot find a free and credible, competent accreditation provider for you, if you can't find that, reach out to us. We're happy to help. It's evidence-based VA claims. Information's in the description and in the comments. All right, so the doctrine is applied by courts seeking how to avoid issues better handled by Congress or the president. Thompson had ruled that it would be inappropriate for the court to second-guess federal regulators who had approved the drug. She also tossed out a similar suit against Roche in 2022. On Tuesday, the Ninth Circuit affirmed the dismissal of the case against Roche affiliates, which previously provided the drug to bases before merging with Genentech in 2009. But the appellate judges said Thompson had erred in dismissing the case against Genentech with prejudice, and they sent the case back for review. The quotation here, "We look forward to returning to the trial court to prosecute the veterans." We look forward to returning to the trial court to prosecute the veterans' claims. There you go. It's the quotation. It was a weird way they wrote that. All right. To prosecute the veterans' claims and ensure their voices are heard. Dwayne Robinson, the service member-led appellate counsel, said in a statement on Thursday. The lawsuit seeks to force the defendants to pay for medical monitoring, including screening, treatment, therapy, and rehabilitation for all members of the class action suit. The companies argued that the monitoring program was unnecessary given that the service members had already undergone extensive treatment and screening. But the appeals court said the veterans can amend their complaint and explain how the proposed monitoring program would benefit them. In response to the ruling, Roche told online legal journal Law 360 that the appellate court had correctly recognized the issue of whether the plaintiffs have standing to seek medical monitoring. Army researchers developed melfloquine during the Vietnam War, Roche says. Roche, a Swiss drug maker, was granted the intellectual property rights and won FDA approval for Lariam, or I don't even know what this is. This is that other trade name, Lariam or whatever it is, Lariam. In 1989, the drug was given to hundreds of thousands of troops sent to Afghanistan and Somalia. In 2013, the Food and Drug Administration began requiring a warning label on melfloquine products highlighting their adverse neuropsychiatric side effects. In response to the U.S. military reclassified melfloquine as a drug of last resort. Whoa, that is the quotation, drug of last resort. The Veterans Affairs website says melfloquine is quotation here, very effective in preventing malaria, but adds that people with certain medical conditions should not take the drug. This list includes psychiatric disorders, epilepsy, and certain heart conditions. With that concludes it. This was put together by Jennifer Svan, S-V-A-N, and we appreciate her sharing that information on Stars and Stripes. So with that, thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.